Looking for an easy DIY Nerf gun storage solution? In this video, we're going to show you how to make a Nerf gun shelf that holds both guns, bullets, and accessories. First, you're going to need a 2x4 foot pegboard, a 1x12 wood board, and two 2x4s. All the details of the materials we use can be found in the description box below the video. We begin by measuring the pieces for the shelf at the bottom of the rack. We use the pegboard to measure the width of the shelf. Then we used a tape measure to measure one of the legs. We use 12 inches for the shelf leg. Now we go to the saw and make our cuts. The first cut is the horizontal part of the shelf. Now we cut the first leg. To get an exactly equal sized second leg, we place that cut piece on top of our board and use that as a guide. This ensures that you have two perfectly equally sized legs. So here's what we have. We have the horizontal part of the shelf, the first leg, and the second leg. Now we're going to build the shelf. We put some wood glue on the leg. Line up the leg to the shelf. Drill a pilot hole so that the wood doesn't crack. And then a screw. So we did one screw at the top. Now at the bottom we're going to do the same thing. Pilot hole and screw. Next we do the exact same thing to the other leg. We begin with some wood glue, pilot hole, screw. At the bottom, pilot hole, screw. You can hold the leg on the other end to make sure it all lines up perfectly. So here we have our completed shelf. Now we have to attach the pegboard to the shelf. Since the pegboard can topple over, if you place the other piece of the 1x12 on the other side of the pegboard, it helps you line it up. So this part is really important. You want to line up the pegboard as perfectly as you can to the bottom of the shelf. Otherwise, the whole structure will just not stand up straight. We didn't use any wood glue to secure the pegboard to the shelf. Instead, we used only screws. Once again, we made sure to drill a pilot hole before using any screws to ensure that the wood wouldn't crack. We used about 3 screws on each side of the shelf and then 2 on top. Here's what it looks like at this point. We're not all done because the pegboard can't stand on its own vertically. What we need is some 2x4 supports from the back. We need two 2x4 pieces that are just under 4 feet long, which is the height of the pegboard. These will be used to support the pegboard from the back and ensure that it stands up vertically. We begin attaching the back support with some wood glue. Then you attach the 2x4 to the pegboard, and before we insert the screws, we make sure to drill pilot holes. We have 1 screw at the top, 1 screw in the middle, and 2 screws at the bottom. Now we're going to put some glue before attaching a 2x4 at the top. And again, we do pilot holes before using any screws. Here's what it looks like so far. But we still need to finish adding the second piece to the back. Again, we begin with some wood glue. Then we add the 2x4. You can also use clamps here to hold the 2x4 together to the pegboard. If you get some glue on the pegboard, don't worry. A moist paper towel will get it off. At the bottom, again, make sure to use at least 2 screws, which will ensure that the pegboard stands up perfectly upright. Now we're going to add a 2x4 at the bottom. This extra piece adds stability to the whole structure. Again, we're using some pilot holes before using any screws to prevent cracking. Here's what the shelf looks like at this point. Looks pretty good. We use duct tape to cover the corners and the edges because they get easily damaged. That's just the nature of the pegboard material. You can use any duct tape color you like, so there's some nice options there to personalize it and customize it to how you want it to look. We used black duct tape. We added the duct tape all around the pegboard frame. And here's what it looks like. The final step is to add hooks to the pegboard. We use 2-inch long hooks that come in a 4-pack. Again, the details will be in the description box below the video. You can arrange the hooks in any way you want, depending on how you want to hang the guns. You can hang some guns horizontally, some vertically. You can hang some from one hook, or you can use multiple hooks on one gun. It just depends on your preference. The big shelf at the bottom can be used to store big guns like the gun we have. This thing is ginormous. The shelf is a perfect spot for it. Below the shelf, you can use little boxes that can be found at the dollar store, and those bins are perfect for storing bullets and accessories. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this helpful. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.